Hi yogis, today's practice is going to include a strap. You'll need to put your strap into a loop. If you do not have a strap, a scarf or a belt are a great substitute. We're going to start laying in Shavasana for pranayama practice, putting your loop off towards the side. We're going to do a modified Shavasana, so we're going to bring our feet to the sides of our mat and allow our knees to turn in. Palms can be facing down or up. Rolling shoulders back away from the ears. Keeping the gaze soft and towards the ceiling or the sky, depending on where you're practicing, or the eyes can gently close. Take a nice slow deep breath in, diving into the practice, and exhale, sigh out your day, letting go of any negative energy or tension you might be holding. Take another slow, deep breath in, taking a body scan from your toes all the way to the crown of your head, and just tune into how you are feeling today. And based on those observations, adjust your practice as needed. Exhale, sigh out through the mouth. And nice inhale. Know that you can return to this posture at any time, and exhale. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, float those arms on down. Letting your breath initiate the movement. Inhale, flows up. Exhale, flows down. Inhale, flows up. Exhale, flows down. This time staying there, palms grounded towards the earth, turning the head. Inhale, bring the head back up towards the center. Exhale, drop over towards the other side. Inhale, come back up towards the center. Two more, one on each side. If the eyes have been closed, begin to gently blink them open. Begin to heel toe the feet back to a parallel stance. Hugging the left knee in towards the chest, take the hands around the shin and circle the ankle. Change your breath, change that circle. Taking our loop of our strap, placing one of the ends around the ball of the feet, flexing the foot to keep that engagement happening between the foot and your strap. Toes reaching back towards you. You're going to feel that turn on through the calf and the hamstring. Shoulders roll away from the ears and find your breath. Reclining big toe pose. At this point, you can choose to extend that right leg or keep it bent. You need to take a bend into that left knee and extend up towards the sky. Do that 2 more times. And then see if you can go a little bit further. Making sure that the lower back, the shoulder blades, and the head are equally relaxed on your mat. Take both ends into the left hand, taking the right hand towards the right hip, keeping that hip exactly where it is, just gently rotate out through that left leg. Ooh, you might hear some popping. A nice deep breath in, nice deep breath out. Inhale, bring it back up towards the center, and repeat that whole process on the other side. Bending the knee in, and release. Right knee in towards the chest. Circle the ankle. Change your breath. Change that rotation. Taking the loop of the strap around the bottom of the foot. Dorsiflexion. Extend the leg up towards the sky. Shoulders drawing down the spine. Relaxing the torso and the head onto your mat. Feeling that activation, calf, hamstring. Reclining big toe pose, other side. And you can choose at this point to straighten that left foot or ground through and keep it where it's at. See if maybe you can allow the edges of the mouth to curl up to create a smile. Take both ends of the strap into the right hand, left hand to left hip, neutralizing that hip as we move the leg out towards the side. You might have to modify your positioning on your mat. So if you have a closet or a wall, you might have to adjust yourself and move out away. To stay in frame, I'm going to stay here. Finding your nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath out. Nice deep breath in, bringing it back up towards the center. Really. So we're going to bend the knee. Straighten the leg. Bend the knee. Straighten the leg and see if you can go a little bit further. And then bend the knee, remove the strap. Taking the strap off towards the side. Planting down through the hands, begin inhale, lift the hips up for bridge pose. Exhale, lower down vertebrae by vertebrae. And that 2 more times, inhale, lift. Exhale, roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. 1 more time, inhale, lift. Staying here. We're going to reach for our strap, and we're going to take our loop-de-loop and place it right behind where our navel would be. And we're going to slowly lower on down vertebrae by vertebrae. Begin to engage in navel to spine, and just give that strap a little tug. And I'll tug over here so that way you guys can see it. If I'm engaging navel to spine, that strap isn't going to move. So this is a great way for you to practice engagement of your abdominals. This helps protect the spine, helps whenever I say elongate your spine, that's what I'm talking about, or whenever I say engage your core. So using that strap, what I want you to do is now relax. Whew. Relax your abdominals. And now try and tug on the strap. And you might find that the strap is going to move. So now engage navel to spine. Think about pressing the whole back into your mat. And you're going to feel your strap there. And now tug on your strap. Shouldn't move. And now exhale, release. Pulling the strap off towards the side. Begin to hug one knee in towards the chest and extend the other leg straight. I'm going to move so that way I don't kick the Death Star. Bring the hands back behind bicycles for 10. Opposite elbow meets the knee. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Take the knees in a circle. Change your breath. Change that rotation. Begin to use that momentum to drop the knees over towards one side and press into the earth to come up, or use your momentum of the legs to rock back and forth, massaging out your spine until you come all the way up. Take the hands back behind us. Imagine that there's that strap behind you, taking everything that we just did and applying it here for boat pose. So we're going to roll our shoulders back, reach our heart forward, and now we're going to engage navel to spine. Press in that space behind you. Toe tap, touching one toe and then the other. You can bend into the elbows, still find length through the spine, engagement through the core. Flex the feet, alternating heels. Great job, you guys. 2 more, and release. So that's modification or variation 1. For our second variation, we're going to balance using our strap. So we have that loop-de-loop. We're going to place it around both feet. I'm going to lift on up, holding onto that strap, engage my core. I have a modified boat pose here. Again, it's either here, 2 fists wide, or sliding the feet and the knees together. Finding the preference that works best for you. Staying here, maybe begin to straighten the legs. Remember to breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the heels back on down. Holding onto our hamstrings, we're gonna rock back and forth, and then we're gonna find ourselves back into boat using everything that we've learned while we've been playing with those modified variations of boat pose. So we're back up and we're gonna rock back and forth. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna try and hold, and go back again. Inviting that playful attitude to your practice and hold, and back again. And hold, and release. Finding yourself in easy pose, sitting crisscross applesauce, rolling into those wrists. One direction, not the band, and the other direction. Inhale, reach the arms on up. Palms connect. As you exhale, one more of those. Inhale up. Palms connect, exhale. Hands at heart center. Taking our hands out like a cactus, we're going to twist and rotate. We're going to release our left hand towards our right thigh and release the other hand back behind us, finding length through our spine here as we twist. So notice if you're relying a lot on that back hand to stay upright. See if you can just hover those back fingertips. Can you engage your core and use it to help with that rotation? Exhale, release the head, release the torso. Same thing, other side. Finding our cactus arms. Rotate, so we're using our abdominals to find that rotation, our natural rotation. Take the right hand, left thigh, other hand back behind. Finding length through your spine and just notice what's going on with that back hand. See if you can hover the back fingers. A nice deep breath in, exhale, release the head, then release the torso. Shoulders roll up and shoulders roll back. So now one more time, shoulders roll up, shoulders roll back. Reaching for our strap. Take your hands just a little bit wider than our shoulders. We're going to lift on up. Lean over towards the side. Bring it back up. Exhale over towards the other side. Inhale, bring it back up. And lower shoulder height. Twist. Come back. Twist. Come back. And release. Finding ourselves into a tabletop position. Cat-cow, inhale, reach the heart down, gaze forward, arching. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Back to a child's pose, balasana. Forearms touch, inhale, swoop on through. Cow, cat, child's pose. 2 more times, forearms, inhale. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it back, and we're going to stay here. We're going to modify our child's pose by bringing our knees out as wide as our mat, big toes touching. We're going to take our right hand right about where our nose is, out in front. We're going to take our left hand, bring it into that space between our hand and the rest of our body. Turn our head, slide down, shoulder stretch. If this is too intense and you're finding yourself more in this position, then we can just take one arm across and hold here. So just know that that variation is available to you. Find a nice slow deep breath in, nice slow deep breath out. Nice slow deep breath in, nice slow deep breath out. Inhale, bring your gaze back towards the center. Press down with that top arm to release. And we're going to come in on the other side. Left hand goes right underneath the nose. Right hand floats into that space between. Again, option here or option 2 here. Choosing what variation suits your practice today. Finding your breath. Nice slow deep breath in. Nice slow deep breath out. Slow deep breath in. As we exhale, turn our head. Bring our hand closer and release. Bringing our knees together, tucking our toes under. Bringing our pinky toes involved for a toe squat. We're going to move in and grab our strap. We're going to take it into our right hand, and that right hand is going to come back to give us a pat on the back. Our left hand is going to scoop behind, and our fingers are going to try and move closer onto the strap to help us with a shoulder stretch. Notice if we want to arch our back here, see if we can find that imaginary wall behind us. Engage navel to spine. And then we're going to switch. Think happy thoughts. I know it's not pleasant on your feet right now. We're going to take our left hand, the pat on the back with our strap. And then our other hand's going to scoop in, walking our fingertips as close as they can towards each other. Notice if we're arching our spine, see if we can find navel to spine, core engagement, find length. Remember to breathe. Exhale, releasing our strap off towards this side. Coming back into a tabletop position and meeting out the tops of our feet. See if you can make it sound like thunder. It should feel really good on your feet after that. Feet hip distance apart. Tuck the toes under. Hover the knees. Bring your gaze back towards your knees and press away from those front hands. Taking that downward facing dog for a walk, bending one knee, straightening the other. Lifting our left leg up towards the sky. Take that left foot, plant it in between the hands, drop that back knee. Finding your breath here. Squaring off your hips. If you need to tuck those back toes under, push, pull. So I'm going to pull my energy from the front leg. I'm going to push my back energy from the back body so that way I can find that equilibrium happening between my hips. And then bring the hands one at a time towards the thigh. Option here to just stay there. Reach for our handy dandy strap. Take our hands out a little bit wider than our shoulders. Same thing we did before. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Planting down, finding that grounding, twist slightly over that bent leg. Back to a neutral position. Twisting slightly. Coming back. And releasing one hand down. Our opposite hand, this is going to be our right hand. Left hand is going to hover into a rotated twist. Option to lift that back knee up. Sink and drive those hips down. Nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath out. At the end of that exhale, bring the hand back, hips square back off. Bring that front leg to meet the back leg, downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet once more. Same thing, other side, right leg lifts up towards the sky. Right leg plants in between the feet, and if you need to guide it forward or inchworm those toes, finding that 90-degree bend, knee in line with heel. We're going to look and make sure that our back toes, if we need to, are tucked under, and we have that push-pull happening on this side as well. Once we have that, reaching for our strap, walking one hand and then the next towards the thigh. Finding our strap once we have our balance, wider than shoulder width apart. Extend the arms up overhead, lowering back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Rotate towards that bent knee. Bring it back towards the center. Rotate towards that bent knee. Bring it back towards the center. Float it on down. Hands down towards the block. towards the mat. Tuck the back toes under, lift on up, rotate. Drive the hips down. By a nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath out. Floating the hand back on down. Bring the front leg to meet the back, downward facing dog. Coming back to a tabletop position. Hands are going to be right underneath shoulder blades. Transfer your weight now just a tad bit over. Hug the elbows towards the oblique and slide on down towards the belly. Baby Bhujangasana, baby cobra pose. Hands underneath the shoulders. Elbows rolling back towards the obliques. And lift. Exhale, lower back down. One more of those. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift on up. Back to the tabletop position. Toes tucked, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet. Inhale, bring one foot and the next towards the hands. Uttanasana, standing forward. Bend, allow the head to hang. Shake the head no, get rid of any negative energy. Shake the head yes, and on that positive note, ground through both feet, roll on up vertebrae by vertebrae. 2 half sun salutations. We're going to move this time towards the back end of our mat. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Come up halfway, fingertips, shins, or thighs. Avoiding putting pressure on the knee. Exhale, round the spine. Roll forward. Inhale, walk the hands on forward back into a plank position. You can choose to drop the knees at this point. Taking the left hand right underneath the nose, turning the left leg out, and extending the right leg straight, coming into a modified side plank. Option to stay here or begin to extend the other leg out, staggering out the feet. By a nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath out. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, return back to that modified position. If you move the feet, turning back to that tabletop position. Push-up position. Downward facing dog. This time, walking the hands, bending the knees towards the back end of your mat. Roll on up vertebrae by vertebrae. Arms up overhead on the inhalation. Palms connect to exhale. Hands at heart center. Same thing other side. Inhale, reach the arms on up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Come up halfway, fingertips, shins, or thighs. Avoid putting pressure on the knees. Exhale, round. Inhale, walk the hands on out, top of a push-up. Drop the knees. Right hand right underneath the nose, turning that right leg out. Left leg extends straight, opening up for a modified side plank. Or you can take that lower leg, stagger. Find your breath here. Remember to breathe. You got this. Exhale, bring it back to that modified variation. If you might stagger, back to modified tabletop. Push up, downward facing dog, walk the hands on in. Roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Reach arms up overhead, palms connect. Exhale, hands at heart center. Great job, you guys. Inhale, reach the arms on up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Come up halfway, fingertips, shins, or thighs, find length. Exhale, round. Inhale, walk the hands on up. Chaturanga. Lowering down, lifting on up, and back downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet. Dropping the knees. Coming to a comfortable seat. First arm balance that we're going to be exploring is baby grasshopper pose. So again, like I mentioned before, we want to celebrate small victories. So that might be celebrating that you got to the first variation, the first progression. So again, tuning into your bodies and modifying when needed. So we're going to start by placing our feet towards the front end of our mat. From here, we're going to straighten our left leg. we're gonna take our strap and we're gonna loop it around the ball of our foot. If you need to bend your knee to make that happen, please do so. We're gonna take our back right leg and we're gonna actually cross it over. So that front foot is going to be our hand. This will make sense in a little bit. It's kind of like a game of Twister. So again, that front foot is going to be turning towards the side of my mat. So that way it's going to feel weird at first, but my outside edge of my foot is going to be as much as possible parallel with the front edge of my mat, which is why I'm using my square mat today. Into my right hand. And notice that my right hand is in front of my shin. So it's not behind, it's in front. That'll help when you slowly progress and take away the strap. Now my free hand is going to be in line with my oblique and also my outside hip. And I'm going to be using a rocking motion. And when I rock forward, I want to think of using that hand, that left hand, as a crutch. And I'm also going to be putting all the weight into that front foot. So that is progression 1. If this is an awkward position for you already, then just take that hand back behind, find a nice slow deep breath in for a count of 3, and an out for a count of 3, and then roll forward and back and repeat. Otherwise, we're going to move to the second progression, and that second progression is going to be using that rocking momentum. I can't talk today. Moving forward, and we're going to lift and hug up that foot. So now I come forward and I lift up my strap. And maybe I get so much momentum that I lift up that bottom hip. Again, rock forward and lift off that hip. So that's progression 2, getting comfortable. And you might notice that this hand for you might need to stay closer, it might move out further. It's just going to depend on where it works for you for this arm balance. For me, sometimes I like it close and sometimes I move it out a little bit further depending on how far I'm leaning. But the main point is that my elbow, I want to keep it hugging in instead of out. And it's going to be helpful for you. And then our third variation is to come forward and hold. Finding that nice 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come on back. And then we're going to repeat that whole thing on the other side. Baby grasshopper pose. Take our feet off towards the side, both of them. Whew. We're going to drop our knees, one facing the other, windshield wipe. Small victories. Whether you got to progression 1, 2, or 3, give yourself a pat on the back for showing up on your mat today. All right, we're going to take our feet towards the back end of our mat. Same thing we did on the other side. So we're going to extend out our right leg. We're going to use our strap to go around the ball of the foot. If I need to micro bend the knee to make that happen, I can do that. I'm going to take my back left foot, I'm going to cross it over so that way it's in front. I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to reach for both ends of the strap. And that left hand is going to be in front of my left shin. Very important. It's in front. Again, that's going to help when you take away the strap and do this without the strap. So we sit up as tall as we possibly can. We place our other hand down, finding what works for us. So that front foot turns out slightly, as parallel as we can get that outside edge towards the front of the back edge now of our yoga mat. So I'm going to rock forward and then I'm going to rock back. Rock forward and rock back. If this is difficult for you, stay here, bring the hand back behind and just work on that rotation. Progression 2. We're taking our hand out in front now. We're gonna rock it forward. I'm gonna come down onto my forearm. Sometimes that's easier, or I can hug in that other hand. It's entirely up to you. That's two different variations. I'm gonna come forward onto my forearm, and I'm gonna lift up that leg, and then I rock back. So again, I can either stay on that hand like I did the other side, or I can play on my forearm as well. And then I'm gonna lift off. Third progression, maybe I stay there. Again, finding what works for you. So this, for me, since I'm facing the camera, is my left side. So the reason why I said forearm is that this side is harder for me to go up on my hands. So I use my forearm because sometimes having that extra added leverage to push down onto the floor is helpful. Hold 5, 4, 3. Lift up on that strap as best you can and come on back. Whew. Releasing the strap, uncrossing the leg, bringing the feet back over and drop from side to side. Great job with our arm balance today. Finding ourselves on our back. Hug your knees in towards our chest. Take the knees in a circle. Change your breath, change the direction. Drop the knees over towards the side of your choice. Find your breath. Arms and gaze can be exactly where you want them to be. Take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, bring the knees back up towards the center. We're going to switch over towards the other side. Dropping our knees on over. Twisting, drawing our scapula, our shoulder blades down towards our mat. Finding our breath. Nice deep breath in as we exhale, bringing everything back to where it was. Extend the legs up towards the sky. Take the feet a little bit wider apart. Knees back towards the armpits. Modified happy baby pose. Stay here, holding hamstrings, calf. We're going for the full variation. Try and reach our sit bones down towards our mat. Rocking from side to side. It can be a small rock. It can be a big rock. And wherever we are, begin to release. Coming into any other asana or posture you need for your yoga practice before settling into Shavasana. That can be legs straight, can be a knees bent variation. Palms facing up, closing the eyes. Relaxing all the muscles of the face. Space in between upper and lower jaw. Shoulders away from ears. Upper and lower arms relax. All 10 fingers. Torso, spine, hips, upper and lower back, all 10 toes. The whole right side of the body relaxed, the whole left side of the body relaxed, allowing the whole body to relax. If you need to hit pause and stay here for a little longer, you can. Finding 3 thoughts of gratitude, allowing that positive energy to initiate movement in the body by wiggling fingers and toes. If the legs are straight, begin to take a bend in them. Begin to heel toe the feet back towards the center. Knees in towards the chest. Gently rocking from side to side, using that momentum to fold over onto the side of your choice. And only when you're ready, press into the earth to come up to a comfortable seat. Inhale, arms up overhead. Palms connect, thumb to sternum. One more time. Inhale up. Palms connect. Exhale. Thumb to sternum. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your yoga practice. The light in me honors that positive light within each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you.